Hey everyone, the Nokia 8 Sirocco is finally here. It's Nokia's newest flagship and it's a competitor to the Huawei P20 and the OnePlus 6. In the box, you'll see the phone right away. It's a glass-on-glass sandwich, Gorilla Glass 5 to be exact. That means fingerprints galore, and combined with the surprisingly sharp edges, I instantly wanted a case. Thankfully, there's one included in the box. However, even with it on, the buttons still have quite a bit of a sharp edge, and they're difficult to click. Under the phone, you'll find the SIM ejector tool. There's a pair of USB-C in-ear headphones that are pretty comfortable. They look classy like the phone itself and have a braided cable. They also have a microphone input with a single button, presumably for Google Assistant. There's a USB 3.1 cable with a USB-C plug and 18-watt charger that should allow you to charge 50% of the battery in 30 minutes. Sadly, there's no headphone jack, so Nokia included a 3.5mm to USB-C adapter instead. All in all, this has everything you'd want included in the box of a premium device. But let's be real, extras are great, but the phone is way more important. So here are the best and worst features of the Nokia 8 Sirocco at a glance. Let's start with what rocks on this device. The phone is the definition of elegant, but svelte it is not. Hopefully it should be sturdy, and at the very least it'll be difficult to drown thanks to the IP67 protection. As I mentioned before, the phone has a glass back, and it's not just there to look pretty. It allows for wireless charging. The phone also supports Quick Charge 4.0. If you like a minimal software experience, this phone is for you. It features stock Android 8.1 with Zero Bloat. Thanks to the Android One program, the phone comes with a promise of 2 years worth of updates, which you can install the moment Google rolls them out. The Sirocco comes with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, so multitasking is a breeze and running out of storage should be pretty difficult. The camera specs look super promising on paper. The 12-megapixel dual camera setup comes with Zeiss optics, dual pixel phase detection autofocus, and 2x optical zoom. Oh, and if you're confused by the specs a little bit, Nokia claims the telephoto camera is 13 megapixels, but it only takes 12 megapixel photos. The front camera should be just as good, as it has the same pixel size as the dual camera setup on the back. However, we need to do some in-depth testing to find out exactly where it stands in comparison to the competition. Unfortunately, the Nokia 8 Sirocco is far from perfect, and we quickly ran into a few niggles. The 5.5-inch P-OLED display has a 16:9 aspect ratio. It feels expansive in the age of 18:9 form factors. However, the Sirocco is very reflective, so the curved edges are distracting in bright conditions. There's also a perpetual color shift in the sides of the phone that's way more noticeable than on Samsung devices. The chipset is a Snapdragon 835. Although it's still a fast chipset, it's last year's model, and it makes you wonder whether it's worth upgrading from that old Nokia 8. Nokia promises that it's the fastest Snapdragon 835 phone around, but we're not sure how much that's worth with how common the Snapdragon 845 has become. However, remember, these are our first impressions. It'll take a few days before we know how good the cameras are, how long the battery lasts, and how the phone handles more intense testing. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and subscribe so that you don't miss our full review. See you next time.